So, fun fact of the day, tansy. Tansy is a perennial. We use it in our garden as an insect repellent. We make teas out of it. In the old days they used to put the leaves, chop the leaves and put them down on kitchens and things like that. I know when it goes into flower, little flowers, if you cut those, put them in a vase inside, that chases away flies. Tansy, good plant to have.
Hello friends, welcome to another edition of We Can Grow Mondays. I'm Myron, your host, and I'm here with my good friend Farmer Cliff from the Let It Grow Foundation. How are you doing today, Cliff?
Hi Myron, very good, thanks, and yourself?
I'm doing well.
Where have you been?
Cliff, we've been so busy getting our Pretoria shop open.
Right.
Our bed is ready to start planting.
Yeah.
I know you guys have been so busy and we needed to get back here and show our viewers on what to do with your next steps with summer approaching so quickly.
Brilliant. Well, Myron, we've got a lot of volunteers here today, so I think what you're going to do is you're going to have an idea of what each volunteer's been set out, assigned to do. Here we're going to start ourselves here in a bed that is now at the end of its life cycle.
Right.
It's done its stuff in winter. This is our kale and some of our Swiss chard called Bright Lights, lovely different colors. It's busy bolting, as you can see.
Yeah, so the bolting is an interesting, first of all, it's a nice little phrase, bolting. And it's quite interesting because, as we understand, as you were telling us before, that the veggies at some point start to bolt up to start making seed for its maturity, I guess.
So what's happened over here, I'm just going to pull off this is the Swiss chard. So yes, you can see that it's about to make seed here. That's because of the heat, the difference in temperature from winter going into summer, as well as the light. It's telling this plant it's had its day, let me now reproduce and finish its life cycle. So it changes. So once it starts to bolt, you know that it's coming to its end of its life cycle. You can still eat the leaves, they are still edible, but we'll pull this out because we are looking to redo and get something new into this particular bed.
And as we understand, the nutrition isn't really there anymore once it starts bolting, correct?
It does somewhat change, yeah, exactly. It's like young and tender, it's very juicy and nutritious. Then it's its adult life where it just keeps on giving and it's very abundant. And then it starts to get into its old age where it gets a little bit, frazzled.
Yeah. But it's basically all still good to eat, I guess. So I see you got some new volunteers. Good day, nice to see you again.
Okay.
Yes, likewise.
I see you got the right hat for the affair.
Blazing sun.
Blazing
Got
sun.
to be covered.
Fantastic. And we also have Kwan who's back here. Hi Kwan. Welcome back, Kwan.
Thank you. Always good to come and garden, connect with Mother Earth and nature.
So what we're doing here is just pulling out the last of the season's Swiss chards and the end of the kale.
So can I grab that bad girl?
Yeah, you can take that out.
Okay. So you always got to get it at the bottom.
So we're taking out one.
You want to shake this off.
Yeah, we are going to take out
leave it all behind.
Exactly.
Give it a bit of an aggressive shake.
Bringing all the bees. Look at that.
Yeah, so that is one of the benefits of leaving them would be to let them flower and be bee food.
Yeah.
So
And then basically this now goes to compost?
Yeah, this is going to compost.
This whole guy goes to compost.
Yeah. As you can see, it's just starting to flower over there.
So when it starts flowering, does it make the leaves a lot more bitter?
Slightly, yes, exactly. It does.
Can you still eat the stalk?
Most definitely. Oh yeah. This is still
from a taste perspective.
Yeah, exactly. This will make really good kale chips.
I'm looking at
At this stage.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
Exactly. So you take that home, pop it in your dehydrator. You put a bit of miso soup, the flavoring.
Yeah.
Sprinkle that on.
Brilliant.
And it's great. This is called curly kale. It's just a different variety. It crinkles up in winter, and obviously now with the heat and everything, that's why it is bolting. Not really for our summers.
And kale's quite a superfood. It's quite high in minerals and nutrients. I think it's probably a little bit higher than Swiss chard and
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. This is the one that you would keep here. Okay, so everything underneath, and you won't, because there's also spiders, but all that you will take off, and then all this you will keep.
That's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff there. Within that, there's some not so good stuff, but You know, and then and when you wash it, just dunk it, and we'll get all that stuff off it. Okay.
Here's Charlene, one of our volunteers. Welcome, Charlene.
Thank you very much, Myron. I'm so happy to be here.
Is it your first visit here?
It is my first visit.
Wow.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm amazed and blown away at the quality of everything. I'm ready for gardening, guys. I'm ready for in the garden.
So you were just telling us how you do dehydrate coal in the oven. What do you normally do?
I don't have a dehydrator, so what I do is that I put it on a very, very low heat, like 50 degrees, 75 degrees. I massage my kale. I either put on nutritional yeast and a couple of spices if I want that vibe, or we can go for miso, which gives it another flavor altogether as an alternative. There's so many ways of treating kale. It's one of the most nutrient-rich green veggies. It's hard to digest sometimes, so it's actually better to cook it. It's cruciferous, very high in iron. I think that the liver does have quite a hard time in digesting it or processing it. But it's just one of the most remarkable vegetables.
So there you go, people. Eat your kale.
Eat your kale.
So we're here in the middle of this beautiful perennial garden. Check it out.
Amazing. So this is a space that we created inside our annual beds where we are growing all our annual produce, which we plant twice a year. And here we have, this is our agroecological perennial bread. Just taste that. Oh, it's amazing. It's sweet, huh?
Sweet as anything. Now, one of these bees everywhere.
Myron, this is a perennial bed.
So perennial, for you guys at home who are not so sure about that, it means that it regrows on its own every year. Is that correct?
Well, it keeps coming back.
It keeps coming back.
It's not annual.
It
keeps coming back.
Perennial.
Exactly.
We'll return.
It will return. Yeah, exactly. So we've got borage, we've got rosemary.
Wow, that's amazing. What's that?
So that's a rose geranium. Here we have a perennial basil. Look at the nice flowers and everything that it's producing over here. Smell that.
And it's quite amazing. We're here with the bees, but this is amazing. A perennial
Perennial basil.
But the bees don't really mind us at all.
Well, they're doing their job, so we're not interfering with them. If you start to flick them or interfere with bees, then well, exactly. It's just like if we were working and busy doing our day, and someone came in and started going like this.
Yeah, what is this? Is this for scent?
It has a great scent, but it's right now we're using it as an attractor for the bees. They are pollinators. We need bees to be fed and looked after, so that our hives are looked after, so that our bees pollinate our food.
Nice.
Behind us we have Leonidas,
lion's tail.
There we go, and it's a very particular, amazing plant. It attracted this last season an insect I had never seen anywhere else. I haven't identified it, but it attracts a certain bird as well. So it's a great companion to have in your agroforest perennial bed.
For those of you who don't know, the lion's tail actually is one of the main ingredients in leaf foliar.
Oh really?
One of the herbal mixes.
Okay, there you go.
Uses it can actually create a nice, it mixes nicely with your cannabis.
Nasturtiums, everybody. Nasturtiums.
These are my favourites.
Yeah, the flowers are edible. The leaves are used in homeopathic medicines. It's a great plant. It's a wonderful trap plant. A lot of aphids and things like that will go and sit on this, and you just pick it up, chop it off, and throw it away, and then you get them out of your garden.
That radical sweet with left over that bitter that just kind of keeps them going, which is amazing.
I find it quite peppery.
And that's that bitter, that peppery taste.
Zan!
So Cliff, this is quite amazing. This is you were saying a 3-year tree tomato. So literally from
Myron, this is a Tamarillo tree.
Tamarillo.
So this comes from Brazil. This variety was given to us by another lady who gave us the seeds a very long time ago. A nice sweet variety, and it's incredible. So this is from germination. Then we have a 1-year tree over there, a 2nd-year tree over there.
Right, that's the 2nd year.
This is the 3rd tree. 3rd year, even though the flowers on the 1st year, we still had flowers in the 1st year, you've got a little bit of fruit in the 2nd year, and by the 3rd year, it's going to be dripping.
Now, friends, you've got to understand something. This is not normal growth for a fruit tree. If you go and plant this, so it's all about, if you go back and watch our past videos, it's all about building the soil. Because you build the soil, it feeds the plants. So let's show you how you eat one of these. You basically bite the top off, and then you just kind of squeeze like that. And it's just check out. Radical, it's amazing. You got to get yourself one of these.
Okay, so here we've got stuff for our perennial bed. Here we've got some southernwood. Here we've got, you smell this, it smells like almost like a granadilla. So
it's a passion flower.
yeah, it's called a passion fruit bush. It's yeah, it gives us a lovely yellow flower in winter. So we'll be planting that now. Here we have milk thistle. We're planting a few of those. We have artichokes. Now artichokes take a full, they only give you, in the second year they'll start to give you fruit.
So will you actually get artichokes from there?
Yeah, from this you'll get artichokes.
And the milk thistle, is that just more of to attract insects?
Yeah, it is a
Companion
protector.
plant?
It is a companion plant. It is used medicinally. People have found it used medicinally.
Like camphor, it's similar to camphor use.
I'm not too sure on the camphor.
Like breast milk and...
Yeah, that's what Google said.
Google said that. Interesting.
So Tamarillo, here they go. This is what we plant now.
So we spoke about
Time
that.
to get it in. There we go.
Nice. And then this is we're going to go to other little beds around the place.
Yep, let's
And
go.
we're gonna plant some forest.
There we go.
So Sandy, what you doing here?
So here we are cleaning up the spinach so that there's more airflow. So we're harvesting the outer edges, we're cleaning up the plants so that the air can move through easily and we can get more produce out of these plants.
So once you harvest, then what happens next?
So then you choose the leaves that are good, and so the idea here is to harvest the good leaves and then to take the balance that are not food worthy, but they're compost worthy, and then they go to the compost heap. Like what Sandy's got going there, that's going to the compost heap.
Do you have an elastic for that?
And here is a band. Oh, do you want to put it on? Okay, so it's got more. Let's pop it in. Here we've got the beautiful combination of
Leaves.
these leaves. You can just trim them that they're all one length.
We always want our flowers around the same.
There we go.
There you go.
And that's then going.
It's too water.
I'm just thinking I've got to be careful though, because I don't want people to get into a prickly position in the middle as they cross here. So I should probably put my artichokes a little bit closer now away from the pavers and just maybe have a little flower. So I've decided now to move this tansy over here.
Right.
So we've got beauty. So we're going to do zoop, this.
Okay, cool. So let's
So
get started.
should we get in?
Let's get in there and start. You do those two
Okay.
and I'll do these two.
Always good
So
to pat your pot, to squeeze it, give it some love.
there we go.
Hold it with the 2 fingers, press down and slowly maneuver. It needs to be this plant out because otherwise you damage. And there we've got some really good roots developed. Got to loosen them up a little bit.
As Cliff tells us, we actually give it what he calls a little tickle.
Tickle
we
the tops.
Tickle the roots. So look, have a look, squiz there. We just tickle it up.
Tickle the tip is what I would say.
Tickle the tip. Cliff, what a lovely morning it's been.
It's very nice. Very, very nice. Now,
Beautiful weather.
beautiful weather. Got to spend some time with each other.
We learned all about the perennial garden.
Showed you around. Learned about the perennial garden. Planted a few things.
New perennial garden starting.
Yeah,
Met some volunteers.
exactly. But a lot of magic was happening here today. But it happens when you come down here. You come for the experience.
That's the whole thing, friends. If you want to be part of this, you come down here, you get your hands dirty and you learn. So we're here on Wednesdays. We're here every second or third Wednesday. You guys can come here every Wednesday. Contact us at the green side. We'll show you, we'll tell you where to go and come down and get your hands dirty with the Let It Grow Foundation.
Great, yeah. We'd like everyone to try and experience this and learn a bit more, something that they can add to their own growing repertoire, and come see what a working farm looks like.
And maybe one day you'll also have your own special gardening bag like this. So you can also do that. So remember, friends, we got you. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you for watching. We Can Grow Mondays. Until next we meet, I'm Myron. Cliff.